So anterior limb of the internal capsule, genu of the internal capsule, posterior limb of the internal capsule. And in lentiform nucleus, you can see globus pallidus internally and putamen externally. And also you can see here the caudate nucleus. Okay, and what is this? There is thalamus. Now, one thing which I want to add here, this caudate nucleus, okay, this caudate nucleus and this putamen. So, what is this? The caudate nucleus and the putamen. This caudate nucleus and the putamen, they are embryologically same origin. Embryologically, they are originates from same mother structure. Okay, so they are embryologically, they are same origin. Okay, same origin. So your caudate nucleus and putamen, they are embryologically same. And these two structure, your caudate nucleus and putamen, they are also called your neostratum. So what I am telling, that is the caudate nucleus plus putamen, they are called your neostratum. They are evolutionary new or advanced, okay, or recently originated. That's why they are called new. Okay, so this is called your neostratum, or simply this is also called your only stratum, also called your only striatum. All right, only stratum. Okay, so your caudate nucleus and putamen, they are embryologically same origin, and this is called your neostratum or only stratum. All right, and your caudate nucleus, okay, now you can see your caudate nucleus, okay, your putamen and your globus pallidus, that means caudate nucleus plus lentiform nucleus whole, this is collectively called your corpus stratum. Collectively this is called corpus stratum. So here I am writing the caudate nucleus, yes, the caudate plus lentiform nucleus. Lentiform is further divided into globus pallidus internally and externally your putamen. Caudate nucleus plus lentiform nucleus, that means caudate plus globus pallidus plus putamen. These three are collectively called your corpus stratum. All right, and only globus pallidus, this is called your paleostratum. So paleostratum. All right, so only globus pallidus, this is called your paleostratum, because this is evolutionary very old. So I told about stratum. So stratum, if it is corpus stratum, then caudate nucleus plus lentiform nucleus whole. Lentiform nucleus is further divided into globus pallidus and putamen. All right, if I am telling about neostratum, neostratum is only formed by caudate nucleus plus putamen. If I am telling that paleostratum, then this stratum is only your globus pallidus. So the central branch of cerebral artery, it is supplying the inner surface. Or why this central branch is also called the striate branch? Because the central branch of the cerebral artery is supplying this striatum. Okay, so this striatum is supplying by your central branch of cerebral artery. That's why this is also called your striate branch, because it is supplying your corpus stratum, it is supplying your neostratum, it is supplying your paleostratum. All right, so what I told, that corpus stratum, neostratum, paleostratum, these things, this is actually the portions of basal ganglia. All right, so caudate nucleus and putamen, they are called neostratum. Caudate nucleus, putamen and globus pallidus, that means lentiform nucleus plus caudate and lentiform, this is collectively called your corpus stratum. All right, caudate and putamen, neostratum. All right, and only globus pallidus is your paliostriatum. All right. So corpus striatum, caudate plus lentiform. Within lentiform, you can find globus pallidus plus putamen. All right. Neo, what is neo? Caudate plus putamen, and paleo only globus pallidus. All right. So now let's talk about the blood supply. So this is actually the image of this blood supply. So various striate artery, those striate artery are coming from where. I want to make a note on this because this is previous years questions also come from this topic. So striate branch, striate artery, or striate artery is also called what? Your central branch artery. Now this striate artery, there is one medial striate artery, I am writing SA, striate artery, one lateral striate artery, and another is your posterior striate artery. Your medial striate artery, it is coming from medial striate artery, it is coming from anterior cerebral artery. Lateral striate artery, it is coming from middle cerebral artery. This all artery, anterior cerebral artery, middle cerebral artery, they are actually the branches, or they are either they are forming the circula pollis, or they are coming from the branches, they are branches of circula pollis. Okay, all right. Middle cerebral artery. And posterior striate artery, it is coming from your posterior cerebral artery. This is actually previous year's question, GPMAR question, this much. Your middle striate artery is branch of what? This is branch of your anterior cerebral artery. This is GPMAR question, previous year. Medial striate artery is branch of anterior cerebral artery. This is previous year's GPMAR questions. Medial striate artery, this is also called, medial striate artery is also called your recurrent artery of Hubner. This is also called your recurrent artery of Hubner. Okay. Lateral striate artery is also called artery of Charcot hemorrhage. Okay, artery of Charcot hemorrhage. This is your lateral striate artery. So striate artery, they are actually supplying what? The striate artery are actually supplying, here I shown you that the striate artery is actually supplying the striatum and internal capsule region. All right. So three striate artery, I am talking about three striate artery. Middle striate artery. This middle striate artery is coming from what? This middle striate artery is coming from your anterior cerebral artery. Anterior cerebral artery. You can see anterior cerebral artery here. All right. Middle striate artery, it is also called recurrent artery of Hubner. You can see this here, recurrent artery of Hubner. All right. Now let's talk about the lateral striate artery. This is the lateral striate artery. It is also called artery of Charcot hemorrhage. Artery of Charcot hemorrhage. This, so I will tell this thing again once again later. This is artery of Charcot hemorrhage. This lateral striate artery is branch coming from your middle cerebral artery. Middle cerebral artery. So middle cerebral artery, it is actually forming the lateral striate artery. And last one is what? It is your posterior striate artery. This much, posterior striate artery. You can see the posterior striate artery is coming from your posterior cerebral artery. Posterior cerebral artery. Posterior cerebral artery, I don't know, it has either other name or not, I don't know. So now let's talk about the blood supply of this image. Let's talk about this image. Here you can see one half of the circula pollis here. I'm completing this half. Yes. Now I think you can appreciate this. So guys, now I'm removing also this half of the circula pollis. Here we can see, what is this? Internal carotid artery. I'm marking with red also. Internal carotid artery. Okay, this is internal carotid artery. This is your basilar artery forming by the summation of or fusion of two vertebral artery. Okay, this basilar artery, and you can see this posterior cerebral artery. What is this? Posterior cerebral artery. You can see this. What is this? This is your, this circle is internal carotid artery. All right, and you can see also this is your anterior communicating artery. Anterior communicating artery. Sorry, this is not anterior communicating artery. This is your anterior cerebral artery. This is anterior cerebral artery. All right, and this artery is anterior communicating artery, which is communicate between two anterior cerebral artery. This is anterior cerebral artery of the other side. This is anterior cerebral artery of the opposite side, and these two are connected by your anterior communicating artery. All right. Now from internal carotid artery, you can see middle cerebral artery, and also you can see this artery, anterior choroidal artery. All right. Actually, this structure is supplying your internal capsule. So I already told anterior cerebral artery is giving anterior cerebral artery is giving the recurrent artery of Hubner or middle striate artery. So you can see this, the recurrent artery of Hubner is coming from the anterior cerebral artery and supplying the anterior limb and the genu of the internal capsule. All right, anterior limb and the genu of the internal capsule. Okay, so now you can see the middle cerebral artery. This is middle cerebral artery. This middle cerebral artery giving a lateral striate artery or Charcot artery. Okay, so you can see middle cerebral artery. This middle cerebral artery is supplying your genu. This middle cerebral artery supplying your genu, anterior limb, posterior limb. Anterior limb, posterior limb and genu. All these three are supplied by this middle cerebral artery. All right. So now I am erasing everything, and once again I am talking once again these things. So here you can see the internal capsule, anterior limb of the internal capsule, genu of the internal capsule, posterior limb of the internal capsule, sublentiform below the lentiform nucleus, and retrolentiform behind the lentiform nucleus. Now, first of all, I am going to talk about the anterior limb. Your anterior limb of the internal capsule, it is supplied by two arteries, anterior cerebral artery and middle cerebral artery. This is your, you can see this is what, this is the anterior cerebral artery. This anterior cerebral artery is sending a recurrent artery or recurrent branch of Hubner, recurrent artery of Hubner. This recurrent artery of Hubner is supplying your anterior limb and genu of the internal capsule. All right. Okay. Now this is about the anterior cerebral artery. So anterior cerebral artery is giving two branch. Now you can see the genu region, or if I am going through the artery wise, if I am telling these things according to artery, you can see what is this. This is the middle cerebral artery. You can see this is the middle cerebral artery, MCA, middle cerebral artery. Middle cerebral artery is sending three branches. Middle cerebral artery, it is sending three branches to internal capsule. One to the anterior limb, next to the posterior limb, another one is the genu. So middle cerebral artery, it is supplying your anterior limb, it is supplying your genu, and it is supplying your posterior limb. All right. Now let's talk about the posterior cerebral artery. Where it is located? You can see this. This is the posterior cerebral artery. Posterior cerebral artery. Okay. So now I'm going to talk about the posterior cerebral artery here. Let's erase this thing. So the posterior cerebral artery it is also supplying the three region of the internal capsule. First, it is supplying your posterior limb. So posterior, this is posterior cerebral artery. It is supplying your posterior limb of the internal capsule. Okay, posterior cerebral artery, it is also supplying your sublentiform and retrolentiform. So sublentiform part and retrolentiform part. So what I am telling, the posterior cerebral artery, which is forming the circle of Willis, you can see this posterior cerebral artery. It is supplying your posterior limb of the internal capsule. It is supplying your sublentiform nucleus of the internal capsule. It is supplying your retrolentiform nucleus of the internal capsule. All right. Okay. So now let's talk about the anterior choroid artery. So first locate where it is located, anterior choroid artery. You can see this. Oh yes, this is your anterior choroidal artery. This one is anterior choroidal artery, which is coming from your internal carotid. This anterior choroidal artery, it has two branches. It has two branches or two supply for internal capsule. One is your posterior limb, another is your sublentiform nucleus. Anterior choroidal artery, it is one supplying, it is your posterior limb of the internal capsule. All right, it is supplying, one is your posterior limb of the internal capsule. Posterior limb of the internal capsule. Okay, so yes, posterior limb of the internal capsule, and another branch is sublentiform part. So what I am telling, that anterior choroidal artery, it is supplying your posterior limb of the internal capsule and sublentiform part of the internal capsule. Now posterior cerebral artery, I already told about posterior cerebral artery, that posterior cerebral artery is supplying three portion. The posterior cerebral artery, it is supplying the three portion, your posterior limb, sublentiform nucleus, and sublentiform portion and retrolentiform portion of the internal capsule. All right. So now I think I completed all these things. Now I'm going to draw these things and once again revise the whole thing. So let's draw the schematic representation and revise. So first I am drawing the schematic representation of internal capsule. So this is the internal capsule. Anterior limb of the internal capsule, genu of the internal capsule, posterior limb of the internal capsule. All right, retrolentiform part, and somewhere is sublentiform part. Sublentiform, it's not, I think it's not look like this. Yes, not in this portion. Anterior limb, genu, posterior limb, sublentiform, retrolentiform. Now I am drawing the circle of Willis here. Some portion of the circle of Willis. All right. You can see here the basilar artery, and this is posterior cerebral artery. You can see same side as posterior cerebral artery. What is this? Anterior cerebral artery. All right, and this is internal carotid artery. All right, and now you can see the middle cerebral artery arising from here, middle cerebral artery, and anterior choroidal artery. What I am telling, your anterior cerebral artery, it is supplying, it has two branches. One, it is supplying your anterior limb of the internal capsule, and it is also supplying your genu of the internal capsule. It is supplying also your genu of the internal capsule. All right. So Anterior choroidal artery, it has two branches. Not anterior cerebral artery, it has two branches. This is anterior choroidal artery. So anterior cerebral artery, it has two branches. One is to anterior limb of the internal capsule, another one is to the genu of the internal capsule. Alright. Now, so this is about anterior choroidal artery. Now let's talk about the anterior choroidal artery. This is the anterior choroidal artery. It has also two branches. Anterior cerebral artery has two branches, and now I am going to talk about the anterior choroidal artery. Anterior choroidal artery, it has also two branches. Anterior choroidal artery, one, it is supplying the posterior limb of the internal capsule, and also it is supplying the sublentiform part of the internal capsule. Alright, so anterior cerebral artery has two supply to for internal capsule. Anterior choroidal artery, it has also two supply for internal capsule, one to the posterior limb of the internal capsule and one to the sublentiform part of the internal capsule. Let's draw this now. So this is for your anterior choroidal artery. This is anterior choroidal artery. It is supplying the posterior limb of the internal capsule. All right, yes, and also the sublentiform part of the internal capsule. So anterior cerebral artery has two branches. Anterior choroidal artery, which is coming from internal carotid artery, it has also two branches for internal capsule. Anterior cerebral artery, it is supplying anterior limb and the genu. Anterior choroidal artery, it is supplying the posterior limb and the sublentiform part of the internal capsule. All right. All right. So now let's talk about the other arterial supply of internal capsule. All right. So this is internal carotid artery. Okay. So this is basilar artery. This is posterior cerebral artery, anterior cerebral artery, and from here one is middle cerebral artery, anterior choroidal artery. All right. So now I am going to talk about so it is your internal carotid artery. It is giving a direct branch to the genu. Internal carotid artery, it is giving a direct branch to the genu. Only one branch for internal carotid artery. It is giving a direct branch to the genu. Okay. So now let's summarize all the things. I told internal carotid artery giving one branch to the genu of the internal capsule. I told that anterior cerebral artery, it has two branches. One is your anterior limb, another one is at your genu. Anterior choroidal artery, it is also giving two branches. One is at your anterior choroidal artery, it is supplying your posterior limb and it is also supplying your sublentiform part. This much portion I already told. Now another two branches is your coming from middle cerebral artery and posterior cerebral artery. So this middle cerebral artery and posterior cerebral artery giving three branches. It giving three branches, okay, to internal capsule. So let's look at these three branches. First of all, where is your middle cerebral artery? Yes, this is your middle cerebral artery. You can see this middle cerebral artery. So this middle cerebral artery giving three branches to internal capsule. Okay, this giving three branches to internal capsule. One, it is at the genu. Middle cerebral artery giving at the genu. All right. Next one, it is at the posterior limb. All right. And the next one for your middle cerebral artery, where it is also supplying the anterior limb. Okay. So middle cerebral artery giving three branches to internal capsule. One, middle cerebral artery giving three branches to internal capsule. One anterior limb, another one is to Zenu, last one is for your posterior limb of the internal capsule. All right. Last, posterior cerebral artery. It has also three branches. It is also giving three supply. Posterior cerebral artery. It has also three branches or three supply to internal capsule. Posterior cerebral artery. It is supplying the retrolentiform part of the internal capsule, sublentiform part of the internal capsule, and also posterior limb of the internal capsule. All right. So here you can see the posterior cerebral artery. It is supplying the retrolentiform part, it is supplying the sublentiform part, it is also supplying the posterior limb of the internal capsule. Alright, posterior limb, sublentiform, retrolentiform. It is supplied by posterior cerebral artery. So this is all about the blood supply of internal capsule. Now actually the question is formed like this: ischemia of anterior limb, it is due to blocking of anterior cerebral artery, middle cerebral artery, this kind. Ischemia at Genu, it is due to what? Due to blocking of which artery? Okay. So now you can see here your anterior cerebral artery is sending branch to anterior limb and also the Genu, and this anterior cerebral artery, this branch is called your recurrent branch of Hübner. Recurrent branch of Hübner. Alright. Middle cerebral artery is also called your Charcot artery. Middle cerebral artery, actually the artery which is coming from middle cerebral artery, it is your lateral striate artery. Alright. Lateral striate artery. It is called your, so you can see this middle cerebral artery here. So I am writing middle cerebral artery. Yes, this middle cerebral artery giving lateral striate artery to striatum. This middle cerebral artery is also called your artery of Charcot hemorrhage. These 2 points I need to mention here. Okay, so this is about the blood supply of internal capsule. Now let's summarize all the thing in next session.